Well, the sun is back for Tuesday. It gets steamy Wednesday ahead of a cool front that's going to touch off the next chance of storms, maybe even some severe weather, and then a heat wave is potentially building for the weekend. So we have the return of sunshine today, just some high clouds that'll filter the sun out at times later this afternoon into portions of Wednesday. And it is going to be heating back up to near normal temperatures today for southern Minnesota, upper 70s and low 80s. Heating up, though, in the Red River Valley, could be near 90 for places like Grand Forks, Fargo, Moorhead areas. So temperatures will be above normal for northern Minnesota, but closer to the average here in southern Minnesota. Still some lingering cool air in the far southeastern part of the state. We've got two fronts to our north. The first one just kind of skims across the border later today. You can see some smoke behind that one. And then another front that is coming just into the central part of Canada that'll be our focus for storms tomorrow, and also really pushing up some wind out ahead of it. Tomorrow's going to be warm, windy, southwest winds 20-25 miles an hour, gusting to 40 during the day, pumping in warmer temperatures and more humidity for tomorrow. Briefly, highs will be in the upper 80s to low 90s here across southern Minnesota, cooler behind the front already into far northern Minnesota. And again, those dew points are going to really increase pretty quickly here tonight into tomorrow. We'll see those stickier 60s dew points, maybe even near 70 at times. So there will be plenty of moisture available for storms that do develop, and then more comfortable briefly on Thursday behind that front. But we do have a slight risk for severe storms forecast for late tomorrow. Level 2 out of 5, that includes the Twin Cities and most of east central Minnesota, all the way up the North Shore, because ahead of that front, the storms that do develop could produce mainly some damaging wind gusts is what we're looking at, also some large hail. There will be plenty of energy kind of being pushed ahead of that front with the moisture and those warm temperatures, plenty of instability there. But also one of the things we look at, winds in the middle layer of the atmosphere, 5,000-10,000 feet up, are going to be pretty high and pumping in some dry air. So you punch that dry air into a storm, and that the moisture evaporates into it, and that allows that cold air to really plunge to the surface, creating some of those downburst wind gusts. So that's something we'll be watching for late tomorrow, wind and hail threats primarily. Models do differ on how aggressive this is, though. So this is the NAM model, does create a line of storms right along that front. Again, some of those could be strong, but then one of our more rapid update models, the HRRR model, doesn't do much at all. Notable difference through the evening. Keeps the storms more up along the North Shore in the Duluth areas. So we'll have to see how much development we can get. It's going to be a fast-moving front. Behind it, though, it is going to be cooler briefly and more comfortable. Thursday, upper 70s, but then we are talking about a big upper-level ridge of high pressure, a heat dome developing across the central part of the continent. This is going to be the name of the game here. This is going to be the thing that really affects our weather this weekend into potentially next week. Hot, dry conditions under this, so hopefully we do get some rain tomorrow night, because we're going to need it after these sunny, dry days ahead. Looks like as we head into the weekend, temperatures will be in the 90s here across southern Minnesota, potentially several more 90s. We're up to 23 if you're counting. 13 is average, so we're way ahead of that. If we get 4, we'll tie with 2021, which was quite the bumper year for 90-degree readings. And of course, we're just into mid-August here. So enjoy today. Tomorrow will be warmer. I think even tomorrow we could be close to 90 ahead of that front. Thursday will be nice and comfortable. Friday, pretty nice too. And then nice if you like the heat. Just going to be hot this weekend. And there might be an isolated chance of a thunderstorm mainly overnight Saturday night. But other than that, it's going to be hot and dry.